My name is Ayanna Shivers. I was born and reared in Mexico, Missouri by my parents, Isaac and Jennifer Shivers. I have two sisters, Rashana and Ivana. You know, growing up in a rural town, I attended public school, and I'm very proud of the foundation that it gave me. It prepared me and enabled me to go forward and eventually get a PhD in education. I was gone from the area for about 25 years. I did like a lot of people growing up in rural towns do.
Right.
And I vowed and declared that I would never live in Mexico, Missouri, or Missouri again. And I like to say that God has a sense of humor. And 4 years ago, actually it'll be August 4th, will be 4 years ago, I moved back to the area and returned to Mexico, Missouri. And I said if I was going to be back, I wanted to make a difference. Since moving back, I continued my career as a school counselor, where I currently serve as the Director of College and Career Counseling for Missouri Military Academy. I am a pastor of a church in Montgomery City called Harper's Chapel Everybody's Church. It's non-denominational. And in April of 2017, I had a successful run for Mexico City Council. That came after an unsuccessful run in 2016. Well, first of all, foremost, I like to say that I want to make sure that Missouri lives up to its motto. I don't try to butcher the Latin because I never took Latin. I took Spanish. But our state motto means the welfare of the people shall be the supreme law. And I want to be the voice of the people. And I feel that a lot of times we go into these polarizing issues that affect a small minority of our constituents instead of focusing on the things that I'm focusing on in this campaign: education, health care, livable wages, and restoring what I call safe environments or communities, which has nothing to do with gun control, but rather those communities where when you were young you could send your kid, like we used to do, ride across town or walk across town, and parents weren't concerned what was going to happen because they knew there were people who were going to watch out for their children as well as their, and would report back if they were doing something they weren't supposed to do. And so everyone knew people and, knew what was expected of your behaviors.
Right.
It was a community. Well, some of the things that I've done since I've, come back, I've been helping. I work in a private school, but I'm really invested in our in just education for people in general. And so I founded a nonprofit when I was in South Carolina. Currently, I'm no longer on the board. That was the hardest thing for me to do when I decided to run, but I stepped off the board of the nonprofit Anointed Life Saving Ministries. And we were instrumental in starting free tutoring from 6 to 8 p.m. This summer they're doing like robotics camps, bringing people into the community. I met several different people like E.B. Lewis, who is a renowned, internationally acclaimed artist and illustrator. And we were able to bring them into Mexico, Missouri, and he stayed like a week and did workshops and visited all the schools, public and private, even visiting schools like in the Wellsville, Middletown community as well.
Oh, wow.
And it's just talking and finding out what people want and what the needs are and getting people together to come to the table and have conversations, people that normally may not talk to each other or interact with each other. And so that's what I'd like to bring to this area.